Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hello and welcome to Miguel and Holly Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you missed it, please go check out my Sunday session I did with my friend Olivia.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Thank you.
I loved it. I think it's going to be life-changing for folks.
Especially if you have ever been curious about trans.
Right.
And if you've been so confused on why are they doing or all the rules you've been hearing about the bathroom bills and the sports and all that stuff. And you're like, well, I know a trans person, but I don't know how to ask them questions or what things to say.
Or maybe you don't know a trans person.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I've wanted to understand why people are so angry. Like, it sort of runs the gamut.
It really does. I feel like it's good for that because it's like, if you don't know someone who's trans and you're like, how would I find out anything about any of this? It's a first person account that can walk you through it. And it's just.
That'll be my workout podcast.
That's what I did yesterday. And I like listening to my music during my workouts, but I straight up just listened to this podcast during the workout yesterday. And it was, the workout went by like that. So yeah, great.
Also, let me make a quick recommendation for you. I just finished a book yesterday called The Midnight Library.
I've been wanting to read that one.
What is it?
Really, really good. Let me pull up the synopsis because I don't want to spoil anything. Because like when you read a book and then I'm like, wait, what are you not supposed to know when you get towards certain points?
Yes.
The novel follows a 35-year-old English woman unhappy in her dead-end life who is given the opportunity to experience lives she might have had if she had made different choices. So she goes to this place called the Midnight Library, and you have to read to figure out how she gets there. But it deals with a lot of mental health as well. It deals with regret in your life. And for me as a person who is always like, well, if I made this decision, this thing would have been different. And I always find that concept so fascinating, and it explores that. And so she gets to try on different versions of herself.
Okay.
And it's super fascinating. I also think if you've dealt with trying to say this without giving something away.
Oh.
If you've ever struggled with feeling like you are alone or like your life doesn't matter in the big picture, this helps answer some of that.
Wow.
So cannot tell you enough to when you get a time to read this book, The Midnight Library.
I go to the actual library
right
near my house and see if they have it.
So Kelvin, when you were out last weekend, last Friday, we did a Ask Us Anything.
Yes.
We put on the Facebook page on the Platypus Posse, Miguel and Holly fam group on Facebook. And so we're going to continue with some of those questions.
I heard somebody had asked what I do.
Yes. Yeah. Because they were asking, it was Melody that said, how long does it take to prep the show and the podcast? And as we were talking about that, someone asked, what do you do? So do you want to sort of pick up there?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think there's different hats on for this show in specific. I do a lot of the administrative stuff. So every time you're like, where's the full show podcast? Like I'm uploading that. I upload every single segment individually. So if you're like, I just want to hear when I called in and I won instead of having to listen to the full show, you could do that. So I upload all that. I get the social media ready because we do record those and we do have to edit them. We can't just put them the full video all out.
Oh, God,
we're trying to
be too long.
Trying to hit the algorithm. We're also trying to get the best bits. And so I try to do that. I do a lot of the editing, the social media. What else? Well, I'm co-host as well. So if you need me to talk, I will do that as well. I answer all the phone calls. Everybody that comes through goes through me.
You're editing. You're doing a lot of audio editing.
And a lot of audio editing. And we all collectively pitch story ideas as well, whatever goes on in our lives, to try to talk about it on the show. And And that's pretty much it. Anything really background, like if you need me to contact somebody or book somebody for the show, like I'll be able to do that. So yeah, that's my job in a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, thank you, Melody, for the question. Whoever asked about that.
Yeah.
Steph said, what is a movie that is super popular and classic that you'd be embarrassed to say you've never seen? And what's one you've seen that you think is overrated? So what is a movie that is super popular and classic that you're embarrassed to say you've never seen?
There's so many.
There's a lot, honestly. I bet there's a lot for me, but I can't.
You've
I don't
never
know if
seen
I can
Freaky Friday.
No, that's true. I've never seen Freaky Friday. We're going to remedy that because Maya said she wanted to watch it.
Yes.
So I don't have her this weekend, but we are going to watch it at some point so that then we can also see Freakier Friday. For a really long time, I didn't see this. This is an interesting one for me. So I am an elder millennial. I feel like one of the calling cards of my peers is Mean Girls.
Mm.
It got to be 2015 and I had never seen Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, you have to understand how I am, and it's really annoying. I'm really annoying about this. I was worse previously. As I've gotten older, I have mellowed out about this a lot. But when Mean Girls came out, everybody was like, "Oh, we're gonna go see Mean Girls, Mean Girls," and I was like, "This was me, my fucking annoying ass." I was like, "I don't like Mean Girls. I'm not a mean girl. I like to be kind, so I'm not going to be seeing this movie."
She's so different. She's not like all the other girls.
Oh,
well,
no.
also that was the generation that birthed the pick me. You were supposed to be a pick me. That generation told you to. That's what your life was supposed to be. So anyway, I never got around to seeing it. And then it got to be 2015. And somebody, I think it was our producer at the time, was like, "What?
How dare you?"
Yeah. They're like, "Your homework to this weekend is to watch Mean Girls." So I did. Well, I did watch it in 2015, 10 years ago. And I watched it by myself and I had some beverages. And I didn't get it. I got, and I was upset because I'm like, had I seen this when it came out with my friends, I'm sure I would have liked it.
Yeah,
right?
different experience.
Different experience when you're by yourself, and also when you're now outside of when it was the thing. I think. I would probably try to give it another shot just to give it a try. But I personally think it's overhyped because I was like, these characters are a little awful. And so I guess that's just either I missed the boat. Yes, yeah. I missed the train. I missed the boat. I tried to like swim out. It was like, no. So anyway, that's one of mine. If I'll think about some more.
That's kind of how I felt about Napoleon Dynamite. It took a couple of years before I saw it, and then when I did see it,
too late,
because it came out in that time period. Like there is a media or a pop culture vacuum that I have to where I was at my 2-year school and we didn't have cable, and so like I missed. I think it was like the first year, because I think the second year, because that's when Grey's Anatomy came out, I was able to watch that. But I think because that was on Rabbit Ears that we had, so I was able to see that. But like I totally missed Napoleon Dynamite. And I think I remember like a couple of summers later, I was like, all right, let me fucking watch this to see what because that's when everyone was quoting it all the time.
Yes.
And I remember renting it from Movie Gallery, going home and being like, all right.
Were you by yourself?
Yep. I was by myself. I was like, I'm ready to laugh.
Can't.
And I was just like,
well, it's also.
I didn't get it.
No.
Well, that's the thing. I saw it in theaters. I saw it in theaters with a friend. And we also were like, what is this that we're watching exactly? But then like the more you watched it and quoted it, like the funnier it got. I remember that Valentine's Day after it came out, I had a shirt that said "I heart tater tots." And I had like a little picture of Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, "This is my Valentine." Like we were in it. Like it was a very narrow time space area that you had to appreciate that. And you probably had to do it with friends. So yeah, I get it.
Kelvin, is there any movie?
So I recently watched Jurassic Park for the first time, like maybe a year or two ago.
Oh,
We had set up the surround sound system. We just got it, like I said, a year or two ago. And I was like, "What's the first movie we should watch?" And Oscar was like, "Well, have you seen Jurassic Park?" And I was like, "Honestly, no, I've never seen it." And he's like, "Well, it's known for the score." And I was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck it, put it up, let's do it, turn it all the way up." And it was beautiful, and the score was amazing, and it sounded great on the surround sound. So I did that. I watched The Wizard of Oz. You guys know I wanted to watch it before Wicked, before it came out. So I watched it for the first time last year.
What did you think about it? I don't remember talking about it.
It was so cute. I thought it was so funny. Yeah.
And considering it came out in like
the 30s.
19,
Yeah.
yeah, like wild.
Yeah, it was so sweet and charming, and like I really loved the lion, and like it was just really cute. What else?
There were a lot of classics that you didn't see.
Yes, I just didn't really watch movies like that as a kid, like especially with my parents too. We just weren't gonna watch, I don't know, The Craft together or something like that.
Oh, I had to watch that on secret. I think I had to watch The Craft at a friend's house because my grandma did not play around with witchcraft.
No,
Yeah, I
Like
don't-
Harry Potter, I had to like take the covers off so she couldn't see it and then like hide
Harry Potter too.
Oh yeah, she was like, my Harry Potter craze was in secret from my grandma because she was like, witches.
Oh man.
And after The Craft, I remember, I think I told the story before, going to the mall. We would go to B. Dalton Books, and I would and she'd be in like the Christian section, and I would tend to be in like the YA, the young adult section. But then I would like go over to the Wiccan section and be like, I'm gonna be a witch.
You know what? That adds up. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking witch.
I wanted to be a all black wearing witch after watching The
I
Craft.
also did want to be a witch after, but then again, I'm like, I've always been interested in different stuff. Like when I was in 4th grade, I got a little age appropriate novel about like ancient Egypt and like curses and stuff. And I was like, this is amazing. I need to cry. I need a crystal ball. Like who's got something? Like I would get super interested in stuff like that. And I had a friend in high school who was a little off the beaten path kind of a gal, who's the one that introduced me to Rocky Horror Picture Show. And she was Wiccan. And I'm in the middle of the Catholic Church, right? Wiccan.
Not Rican.
Not Rican. Wiccan. And like me having literally been birthed into the Catholic Church, and I'm still like, I'm like reading on Sundays at this point, you know. And she was Wiccan, and we watched like Rocky Horror, and she's like, I said something, and she's like, I'm gonna make you a little protection bag. And I was like, okay. And so she put like some kind of seeds into a little pouch with like a pentagram on it, and she did some kind of spell, and she ended with like mote it be, and I was so scared.
Oh.
And I was like, this is like The Craft, oh my god. And then she gave it to me, she's like, you'll be protected. And I was like, and I snuck it into my house. I forgot about this. I snuck it in, and I was like, I trust it though. I trust the protection of these seeds in a bag. Where can I put it? And so I had a Titanic poster in my room, and I hung it from one of the thumbtacks, but behind the poster. So my mom couldn't see it.
Witches.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
I've never seen Clueless.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, that's a big one.
I know. That's the one that I feel like, okay, maybe I haven't seen. I probably should. And then Death Becomes Her is actually on my list. Like that I will see.
Mine too. A friend of mine, we talked about this last week. She's like, I think I want to get our girls, because she has a daughter my age. She's like, I'm gonna have the girls watch Death Becomes Her. And I was like,
Is that appropriate?
Is it appropriate? I don't know. I've never seen it. She's
It's
like, oh,
very campy.
Campy?
I used to watch stuff that I probably shouldn't have watched as a kid, but
I can't trust you.
yeah, no, don't trust what I watched. But I remember watching it and loved it. Like I was obsessed with Goldie Hawn growing up. I loved Goldie Hawn. Gay. Oh, absolutely. Girl, I had this little binder thing where I would like cut out pop stars that I liked, or like celebrities that I liked. And it was like women. It was like Goldie Hawn, Bette Midler, Sybil Shepherd, Christine Baranski.
Was like what?
She was on Sybil back in the day, and she was like the funny sidekick friend. Like Candace Bergen from Murphy Brown.
My mother used to watch
Girl,
Murphy
I love
Brown.
Murphy Brown. I remember in 3rd grade, we would have these little journals and we'd write what we did the day before. And I'd be like, last night I watched Murphy Brown.
That was not a show for children. It was so boring. I tried to watch it with my mom once and I was like, what is this?
I was sitting there laughing. I was like, God, probably not knowing a thing they were talking about. But I was just, I loved it.
The limpest wrist.
Yeah. Yeah. And you, I'm sure, loved the First Wives Club.
Oh my girl. I begged my mom to go see that in theaters. Like, I think we had to wait till it went to like the 99-cent theater. And then we got to go see First Wives Club because I was like,
said theater.
Yeah, back in the day, like once they had their theatrical run, there was a 99-cent theater at the mall that was like real ghetto and broke down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we would go see movies. So I would have to wait 3 months and then we would go see the movies there.
Yo, the 50s were crazy.
You know what? Go.
Don't today, Calvin.
You're really trying to tempt me. You're really trying to tempt me, bitch.
I'm a temptress.
His Atlanta just came out. He is hungry.
You saw that? He said, but he forgot. Can't resolve, bitch.
Yep, he's hungry.
Can't
I
tarnish
went
the
on too
image.
long about a bad story that he's pissed off about. You. That's before the podcast. Don't mess with him right now.
Listen, today it's like I feel like my hair looks crazy too, and I'm just like,
not today.
Like today's the day. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go watch The Gilded Age. I'm gonna go watch Christine Baranski and Cynthia Nixon.
Absolutely.
And I'm like that like I'm not doing anything else today. Like that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Because I'm in a mood today. I can feel it.
Okay.
Yeah. Eat something.
Yes. So yeah, you gotta watch Clueless. But I don't know if Clueless translates.
I think it holds up.
Do you think so?
I do think it holds up. I just because God, Alicia Silverstone and what the Dion, who was Dion? Stacey Dash.
Oof.
And I know in real life, I know it's a shame.
Now
but
she's
in the movie,
right.
And at that time, it was a pretty diverse cast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a pretty's doing a lot of work.
I'm about to say, I mean, yeah, we
not
had
really
2 Black people, but
it was like a major motion picture with like everyone was portrayed as like this is super normal, and Brittany Murphy, and yes, it was a screenshot of the 90s in California, but in Ohio, even when that movie came out, like I could still like feel like I got it, you know what I mean? And I do think it's looking back at a time where you're like, damn, that's a fun romp.
And I feel like it set culture for, I think it explained a lot of the language for Gen Xers at that time, but then I think it sort of set the table for millennials because it came out in 95. So like I was in elementary school then. And then when I got to like middle school, I saw it and you were like, oh, this is what you're supposed to be like in high school. And so it sort of set the tone for that. And so all those phrases like as if, and like the rolling stop sign, like all those things, I was like, oh, that's what high school is going to be like. And I think that gave birth to then like all the like millennial stuff that we got in the late 90s, like the Dawson's Creek and the 10 Things I Hate About You. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like that was the beginning of it. Yeah, it was the beginning of all of that. Because back then, before that, they didn't pay attention to teens. Like they were still giving us Disney movies and stuff like that. But then it was like, oh, we are a big consumer base that will drive spending. And so they started to target a lot of media towards us. I mean, that's how the WB was born.
Absolutely, because there is a large portion. It's a lot of millennials because there were a lot of baby boomers. And so a lot of that was why they were called baby boomers. Like everybody got back from war and then they had a shit ton of kids and those were the baby boomers. So when that large group of people started having kids, it was the millennials most likely. And it's not all, how things work, but they started paying attention. I felt like I was living my best life when I was in high school and they came out with all those movies. She's All That, 10 Things I Hate About You, all of the American Pie franchise.
Oh, American Pie.
Felt like I was living.
Yeah.
I felt like, oh my God, this is life. You know what I mean? And they did a good job of making you feel that way.
Yeah, because culture was being targeted towards us. I mean, even I've said this before, like back in like soap operas back then, like I remember Days of Our Lives they had kids, like the main stars had kids, and then all of a sudden they went from being like 4 or 5 to they were like my age. Like in a day, they were like, now the role of blah 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 will be played by Kristen Bell, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was like they knew that to get our generation into soap operas, they had to have characters that looked like us and were our age. And so it was like everything at that time in the late 90s, early 2000s was focused on millennials.
Yeah.
So good question, Steph.
Mhm.
All right. Oh crap. Hold on. Let me go back. Actually, I'm curious. Have y'all seen Bring It On?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I just saw an article somewhere that was like, Bring It On still stands up. And I haven't seen it.
I saw
have
it
not
recently.
seen it
Oh,
in
really?
decades.
I
Did you like it? You
Yeah.
liked it in recent? It seemed like it was a
Yeah, it was cute. It was
Yeah.
cute. It was fun. I saw it on
Mhm.
MTV randomly.
oh yeah. Yeah.
It's cold in here.
I
there
said there
must
must
be
be
some
some
toros
toros
in the atmosphere.
Mhm.
Nice. All right. From Amy, what are your goals for the show podcast going forward?
Two different things. Like, what are the goals for the show and what are the goals for the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Just keep doing really good. And stay employed.
I feel like it's the usual, right? Like
Yeah.
be the biggest names in radio,
I want
dominate the
to
markets.
do the best that we can in our space. Obviously, where the show is in Charlotte. I really want to. Well, Miguel and I have always said we want to be like the fabric of society that in the community that we live in. And so that's always the goal, I think, for whatever city we're in. So that's the show goals, and do really well so that obviously like they give us opportunities to do other things.
Mhm.
I think for me, because we don't know where our industry, media, nobody knows where it's going. I mean, everybody, I was listening to this Hollywood Insider podcast recently, and because like sometimes I get frustrated with radio where I'm just like, why are we making these decisions as an industry? But then think about HBO Max and how you have people that are paid millions and millions of dollars to make this decision. And in the past like 6 years, it was like HBO Now, HBO Max,
HBO
HBO
Go.
Go.
Mhm.
And like now they're changing it back to everything. So like they're even confused on how to get our attention.
And that's a trendsetter. I mean,
Right.
HBO is the original, like, that's how you get your cool shit at home.
Right.
And they don't know what anyone's doing. I
And-
know there's burnout
Right.
from subscription services. And so I think they're starting to take that into account too. But yeah.
So there's just so many unknowns about how we move forward and what this job looks like.
Mm.
I've said this before. I don't know if in 10 years we will be walking into a studio at 4:30 and flipping on the microphones at 6 a.m. and doing the show. Because I mean, and I hate to say this, but tell me where I'm wrong. Like since moving to Charlotte, I don't listen to the dial like I did when we first moved to Tampa in 2015.
Mm.
Because when I got in my car in 2015, I had a Scion that didn't have Apple CarPlay. And I've had Apple CarPlay now since 2020. And so when I get in my car, my phone automatically starts playing whatever podcast I was just listening to.
Yeah.
And so by the time you like get everything going and you find out where you're going and everything, I haven't even thought about clicking on the radio. So how many other people are like me? And I work in this industry.
Mm.
So those things like that really scare me. Not in like it's going. I don't think radio's not going away. It's just
Well,
going to
you
look
have to
different.
have a medium in. There is no local beacon to look to in emergencies,
Right.
like radio.
Absolutely.
And so there will always be a need for some type of local radio. But what does that look like for us on the entertainment side of it? I don't know.
I don't know. And it's impossible to know, but working for a company that's thinking about that. And so growing the show when it talks about goals, being relevant to be able to be in a position to pivot to whatever that future looks like.
Yeah.
To me, that's the ultimate goal, is because I don't know what it is, but I always want us to be ready to pivot to whatever that looks like. And And for me, to be 100% honest, it gets a little harder as you get older
Mm-hmm.
because it's like we've done things a certain way for so long that you are comfortable doing it. And so when all of a sudden you have to change the gears and you're like, whoa,
What's
want
my
me to do
job
what?
gonna look like now?
right. So just being able to stay nimble when it comes to whatever changes are coming down. And the same would go for the podcast as well. Like I've often thought about, how many podcasts have entered into the arena in the past 5 years that, are getting these multi-million-dollar deals for Spotify. And we've just been doing the Uncensored podcast now for 10 years. And we have you have been a loyal audience, but why haven't we gotten new people on board? What have we missed? What have we not evolved on with this? So those are things that I'm always thinking about when it comes to what it looks like moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Interesting.
We're trying to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we also don't market ourselves on the Uncensored podcast.
No,
We don't market it.
should do a better job in promoting it. Let's see. The next question comes from Jessica, and she says, when are you guys going to talk about The Hunting Wives, or did I miss a podcast? I don't think we talked about it because I don't think Holly and Kelvin watched it.
No.
No. I am a little confused about what it is, to be honest.
I thought it was a reality show.
I also thought it was a reality show, but it's not,
But it's not.
right?
No,
It's a scripted drama.
it's think of a new version of a 2025 version of like Melrose Place, where it is Desperate
Oh.
Housewives. It's very soapy. It's very campy. It's very over the top. It is grounded in somewhat of a reality,
Mhm.
but it is very over the top. And basically the premise is you have this woman, I can't think of the main actress's name, who moves to Texas with her husband.
Is she the
And
blonde girl that's in a lot of things?
yes,
I know who you're talking. Okay, I don't know who that is. Like, she's in a lot of stuff.
she is. She's one of those people that I'm
Is
like,
her name Brittany? feel like it's Brittany.
yes.
Brittany Snow.
Is it
I
Brittany
think
Snow?
I think it's Brittany Snow.
Yes, Brittany Snow. Yes.
Mhm.
Yep, Brittany Snow. And like Kritzy Metz from This Is Us is in it as well.
Mm.
Yeah, anyway, so her and her husband, Brittany Snow, moved to this Texas town, and she's from Boston, and she is a fish out of water because Texas is Texas.
Yeah.
And so then this other character, Margot, sort of brings her into this wives club, basically. And then there's like a murder and some things happen. And so it's sort of like a murder mystery,
Okay.
but then it's also very sexual, and it's because it's Netflix. So the sex scenes are like really steamy and intense.
Oh.
But it keeps you like, it's one of those things where after every episode, you're like,
Okay.
wait, but I gotta go do something, but I need to know what happens next. So yeah, but then it keeps you going the entire time.
Okay. I don't know when I am gonna watch that. I might, because I recently discovered I like murder mysteries. So. But yeah, I might like that. I just don't know when I will watch it. I don't know.
I'm not sold. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
You
I
did
don't
sell me on the
really like-
documentary yesterday, though.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel like I would like it, but I'm not interested enough to like, oh my God, I will do that this weekend.
Right. It's just one of those, like, when it comes, like, those are the type of shows that I love because you can easily watch it in a few days.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
everyone's talking about it, and then it goes away. And then when they come out, or if they come out with the season 2 in a year or two, we'll all be like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you just consume it so fast. And it's like a quick flash in the pan.
Right.
But so worth it if you're like at the end of a series and you're like, what am I going to watch next?
Mm-hmm.
The Hunting Wives, I will definitely suggest.
Okay.
And then Olivia said, oh God, hold on. This one, we're going to have to use our brains for this one.
I can't use ChatGPT.
Yeah. Actually,
Outsource.
that might be one of your answers for this question.
Oh.
Let's see here. Olivia said, do you have any advice for someone new to strategic communication, storytelling, and connecting with your audience? I am starting a new job in this realm and would love any advice from you three.
Well, You two are the masters at this. I can
All
say what
right,
I've picked. I can say what I've picked up from the two of you when it comes to
Well-
storytelling.
Do share.
I would be interested in that.
Definitely have a beginning, middle, and end.
Mm.
Smile a little bit more because I have a tendency to say stories very monotone, and I need to kind of like do a little bit of levels when it comes to my stories to keep the story interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've definitely picked up on that. And then what I like about the two of you is that you guys always see a positive outlook at the end of it. Even it'll be the shittiest thing that's happened, you guys will always find a positive thing at the end of the story that just kind of ties a nice little bow around it. Granted, there are some stories that do not have a bow and you really can't, but you guys are really, really good at that. And I think you guys know how to invite people to the table or give people a perspective that just invites everyone to the table. You guys are very inviting. So I've picked up on that quite often. Yes.
That's really cool. Yes, but it's so weird because I feel like our years of training in how to do this job, it has become just I don't purposefully in my brain I'm not like, okay, when I tell this story I need to be inviting and I need to find a bow and I got to like I guess I've trained myself to tell stories.
Right.
But like especially on the air, I still have to shut the hell up because get to the point, keep it
Mhm.
tight, keep it light.
You're
Okay.
a yapper. You're a yapper.
I am a yapper. And
Mhm.
so when I'm just telling a story to my like family, I will just go loosey goosey and then I can tell when they're getting bored and I'm like, damn it. But you do need to, if you're talking about strategic communications, you do need to have a very specific point and make the story get to it.
Right.
So that you're not rambling. Because man, if I had a dollar for every time somebody told me to either stop circling the drain, which means stop saying the same thing 5 times, or just to get there faster. So plot it out in your head, like Kelvin said, beginning, middle, end is great advice, even though it seems very intuitive. It's not for some people. Some people start at the end and then end up at the beginning somehow. And you all, I would say in the last decade, we've really learned to lead with a hook. Not only is that good advice for a radio professional, but it's good advice on storytelling on social media.
Mhm.
Everyone needs a hook because why are they listening to you? You got to tell them within the first 3 seconds why they should stick around for whatever the rest of it is going to be.
I would say networking too.
Yeah.
I've
Sure.
learned that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think just because I love to give examples when people say lead with a hook, because until we knew what that was, you didn't know what that meant.
Mhm.
So, for example, today on today's show, Holly, you talked about having a little issue with your guest list because you're having your wedding at your fiance's parents' house.
Mhm.
And so the whole point of the break, and the break by break, I mean what we're talking about in those 4 minutes, is Holly's wedding guest problem. So when I start the segment, I say, when you plan a wedding at someone else's house, are they in charge? Holly's going through that. Hits 96.1. So you know up front what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Whereas like 10 years ago, I would have been like, hits 96.1, Holly, you're having some crazy time with your wedding.
Right.
And then we
And
would
that's very
spend
vague.
a minute and a half. Like, does that mean that you can't pay for it? Does that mean your fiance doesn't want to? Like, what is that? What am I getting myself into?
Right.
Whereas when we say, if you're planning a wedding at someone else's house, are they in charge? Holly's going through that. I've set the table and you know what you're about to get yourself into.
Right.
So then Holly told a story about some people important to her who can't make it. And so you now know what's at stake, that Holly's worried because her family isn't going to make it. And then you heighten the story by saying now your fiance's parents are saying, we don't want to invite our side of the family's family to the wedding, out of town to the wedding. And so now you're like, okay, we've reached the climax. So then what's the solution? And so the solution was our advice of maybe you should say this and you should say that. And then we end it with, well, let's check back in with you and see what you end up doing.
Right.
So there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so that's sort of how we plot the show and when we like, and we don't have that conversation on the air or behind the scenes. It just sort of happens.
Right.
But that's how it's sort of orchestrated.
But that's because we've been working together for so long.
Right.
You know. So that's a really good question. And sometimes it's difficult to even lay it out, but hopefully that gives you some starting points.
And if you ever need some help or advice to this Olivia, please like reach out to us, and let us know if you need help. And I'd be curious on what exactly, when you say strategic communications, like what exactly does that mean? I'd be really curious on that.
Yeah.
All right. And then our final question is from Isabel. And she said, what is the most awkward on-air or interview moment you've had so far?
I mean, there's a lot.
I have one.
Kelvin?
I think my first celebrity interview was the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh.
And this was before, this was after Fergie left. So it was just, will.i.am and the rest of the crew and
the other guys.
The other guys. I feel so bad. I don't know their names. Yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
they were so sweet, actually. However, I felt like I wasn't in on the joke of whatever will.i.am was trying to say. And I only had maybe like 3 or so questions with them. This was during the Super Bowl in Miami when J-Lo and Shakira did it. And God, the city just fucking lights up. It is like the funnest time I've ever had in my life in Miami. And so you're beep-bopping around to these hotels. There's celebrities in each and every hotel in Miami Beach. And so we were doing this event, I remember, and TikTok had just come out too. We even did a TikTok with them. And I just had a little bit of time with them to ask them a question. I was asking them things about Miami, what their favorite things to do, what their favorite things to eat. And then finally, when it came down to the music, I was like, okay, so like, when's your next song? And he's like, in the summer or in the spring. I don't know what he said, in the spring or in the summer. And all of a sudden he looks at the other 2 guys and they start laughing. And I was like, and it was just a joke I did not feel like I was in on. And it was a little bit cringy, I'm not going to lie. But I was just so excited because that was like my first celebrity interview. So I didn't know what to think with that interaction. So yeah, that was a pretty awkward moment. Yeah. The other one was, it wasn't technically an interview. It was about to be an interview, and it happened here in Charlotte. It was when Miguel
oh God
was supposed to interview Mario.
Yeah.
And I was in the elevator with Mario. And I just
the singer
Mario, and I politely say hello, and he's there with probably his label rep or his PR person, and our very attractive sales associate was also in the elevator. He looks at Mario, he points at him, and he goes, "Miguel." And I'm in there,
oh my God,
fucking frozen. And I'm like,
no. Jesus.
Oh, and the PR person is like, no, his name is Mario. And I go, no. He meant like he's going to interview with Miguel. Our morning show host is named Miguel. That's what he meant. And he was like, okay. That's what Mario said. And then finally we hit the 3rd floor. And I was like, come in. You're like, let me show you in.
And an elevator ride has never taken that long.
It was the longest elevator ride of my life.
And it's only like 10 seconds, but those 10 seconds felt like 3 hours.
It really is. It's actually a fast elevator, but yeah, that was horrific.
Oh, and then you're walking in and you're just like, do I say something else to try to cover it up, or do I just let the awkwardness sit? Like,
no, I was just like, this is Miguel.
See, it is Miguel. Miguel,
yeah,
not you aren't Miguel or the other.
He was.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think one of our most awkward moments, and it wasn't even something we caused, but it caused me to be awkward and throw me off my game, was just the entire, when we used to work for the other company and they would fly us out to the American Music Awards or to the Billboard Awards. And so you would go to Radio Row, where you would have these people that would come by and you would interview them for all of our radio stations with our previous company. And we didn't know who was coming because they would just come in the room. And so you never got, like Selena Gomez wouldn't come through or Kelly Clarkson wouldn't come through. It would be the people that needed a little extra help.
Or like newcomers
Right,
that
right.
maybe were just trying to get a first single out or something like that.
Right. So it was kind of awkward to prepare for it because you didn't know who was coming and who wouldn't come. So didn't you want to study like 50 people and then only 6 come by?
Right.
So I remember there was one person who came by who I did not know who this person was. And I'm trying to be respectful of this person because they're at the American Music Awards
As an artist.
And so I remember asking all these questions that I should have known. And I want to just be like, bruh, I don't know who you are. Like, I'm so sorry. And so it's like this awkward dance of you asking very obvious questions like, so what's the most popular thing you've done? And they're like, you should know this.
Yeah. Who was it? Do you know who
I think it was Lil Duval. It was
my
like
God. And
the
like,
little,
who
he was
is
short.
that? Yeah, I don't know.
And like
I
now
think I was just like,
yeah, it was Lil Duval. And I didn't know who he was, but in that, so just to set the scene of just like the awkwardness of that day. So you're like, all right. And then all of a sudden you can feel the energy change because we have several of like the big stars that are coming in. So at the time, Khalid was like, everyone was loving him. Location was big.
oh yeah. No, and he was great, by the way.
Well, at the beginning.
Well,
So then this is what happened is we're like super excited. Khalid comes over and before we start recording, he like looks flustered.
he looks pissed.
And we were like, what's wrong?
Hey, it's so good to see you.
And he
Because
was
we knew who it was, obviously.
right. We're
He
excited.
was a big star.
Right. And then all of a sudden he's like, the people that just interviewed me kept calling me Khaled.
Because they thought he was DJ Khaled, I think.
Yes.
Or they thought you pronounced his name Khaled.
Right.
Or something. There was an atrocious mix-up. And they kept doing it. And he had to keep correcting them. And you could tell he was pissed.
He was pissed. So then I get in my head and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to call him Khaled.
You're like, wait, is it Khalid or Cat? Oh my God.
So
Because
then-
Miguel will do that with names anyway.
I will like,
Right.
and like, I had never, not once even confused it. Like that was not even a thing in my head. And so now I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fuck up his name. So it threw me off my game because I was just trying to say his name in my head. And so I was like, Khalid. So even now, we don't play his songs now, but even on the radio, if it ever comes up, I'm always like, Khalid or Khaled?
Jesus.
Can't. Oh God. Is
But-
there a video of this?
Probably somewhere.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I actually probably I have it on my phone, but not not the whole thing, but
Mhm.
like a lot of parts and pieces. Those were fun though, although they were very stressful. I would be very, very stressed out because, and one of the stressiest, outiest parts was when BTS came through
Mhm.
and they were as big as you think they have ever been. They were that. And only one or two of them spoke English and not very well. And they made you choose out of a list of like 10 questions, which questions, and they had to be one of those 2 questions. And it was like people were like waiting outside of the building we were in to like mob them, and their security detail was like right, and I was just like I liked him, but I didn't like him that much. But I was like, if I fuck this up, it was very stressful, and I don't even know which question we asked.
Well, because in that,
I was like blacking out.
it was really awkward because they said like our bosses, the American Music Award people, the record company, they were all like, you get to ask 2 questions and you have, I think, you have 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that.
I think it was like 3 minutes or something.
So I remember we asked the first 2 questions and then they answered them so quickly. I was like, I don't remember any of the other questions. And I was like, and so then like, they're from Korea. And so, like they're, it's not just like your regular managers. It's like the government is with them.
The fucking government.
And
Like
so-
the military, basically.
They're looking at you, and then like because they only interviewed with like 2 or 3 people in the radio row, and because we were representing so many stations, we got to interview them. And so a lot of our radio friends had gathered around to watch it go down.
Oh,
So
my
it's like you
God.
have all these people looking at you. And I just remember once they got towards the last question, and then the person looked at me and they were like, "You have 1 minute." And I was like, I don't remember what one of the other questions was. I actually have it pulled up.
Oh my God.
Literally,
I'm
it's
so excited.
only
to see.
2 minutes.
Oh my
It's
God.
only 2 minutes.
Look.
All right, here is our interview with BTS.
Live from the Billboard Music Awards from the red carpet, it's Miguel and
Wait, no.
Holly with BTS.
Hi.
BTS.
Yes, we are so excited. Now, we have to ask, because your fan army, they love you all so much.
Of course.
What's a special message that you would have to them?
저 아미분들한테 주고 싶은 스페셜 메시지 있나요? As the Iron Man.
Wait, can you hear that fake ass laugh?
Yeah, the fake as fuck. I can't.
Like, look at my face. Look at my face in this still. Look at my.
Can't.
I'm like, huh?
So, like, for those of you that can't see this, obviously, like Holly said, only 2 of them speak English. And so they have to translate it for everybody else. And so you're like, I hope that this is getting across. And then I'm like, I have a hard time with accents sometimes.
I know.
And I'm like, what if I don't understand the answer? And so I'm trying to like look natural and casual. Meanwhile, my ear has never been more open to try to hear and understand what these guys are saying.
It's loud, I'm sure.
Oh, so you can hear it in the background.
Oh,
has great suit. We have great wings. As Army.
yeah.
Army. Thank
Army.
you.
Oh, I love
Okay.
it.
He's our new Tony.
What? What?
I tell you, I'm blacked out. Look at. Okay,
Look
you
at
can't see it, but the 2 of us, Miguel and I, look like that. No one has ever said anything funnier in the entire world.
I
We are
was
cackling. I don't even know what the fuck he said.
hold on. I want to go back to that because I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what he just said. I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna watch you guys.
Please just.
Hold
It
on.
was.
As the Iron Man has great suit. We have great wings. As Army.
Yeah.
Army. Thank
Army.
you.
Oh, I love
Okay.
it.
He's our new Tony.
Wonderful.
That is so awesome. And so, what has it been like working with Halsey? Because you all are performing with her at the Billboard Music
Billboard.
Awards.
Yes, we just finished the rehearsals.
And how was
with
that?
Halsey, and she's like always so hard practicer and so sincere, so honest, and we're like so touched. How she like got ready for all the performances, because she told us that she have never danced for like officially.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like her first like a real official like
Oh, wow.
choreography.
New for her too.
Yes, and
Did you
So
help
it's
with it? Did you help her?
그 칼씨 많이 도와줬나요 우리가? I mean, we both tried. Halsey and BTS, we both tried for that.
Yes!
It's gonna be
That is
amazing.
awesome.
Yes.
Now, what has it been like performing so far?
So this is the point where
This
I'm
is
like,
where we have gone off the rails because those are the 2 questions.
I was like, it's only been 1 minute and 30 seconds. And they were like, you have a little bit more. And I'm like, I don't know what else to ask.
Wait, quick timeout. I finally fucking realized what the fuck they said.
What?
He's talking about Iron Man, like Tony Stark. He's like, Iron Man has a suit. We have, I don't know. He said
The
something about
army.
and we have our army. So it's the
same.
army to them is like the suit to Iron Man. And we were like, and he's like, he's our Tony. And I'm like, who the fuck is Tony Stark?
Oh, because
Oh
I
my
was like, who
God.
is Tony?
Took
Oh my God, like
years.
5 years later, I just figured it out. But you know what? I'm calm and I can listen better because right then I was so my panic level was off the charts, and I was like, "Help! Help! Help! What are we talking
Well,
about?
you
What
know
are we
the
talking
boys
about?"
in the center had no idea what the fuck.
Oh,
she said.
absolutely not.
No, they're just sitting there
No.
like nodding, and they're like,
just
yeah,
having a good old time.
here we
Anyway,
are.
Oh,
It'd be
that is
amazing.
awesome.
Yes.
Now, what has it been like performing so far away from home and coming over to the States? How has that been?
It's like it feels like sometimes we feel like nervous for like every people all over the world, but we know that truly language like transcends barrier, and it's like they sing along to all the Korean lyrics, even
Yes.
including the rap, and
Mhm.
that truly means that we don't need any prejudices or
Right.
the barriers.
That sounds
That's so
wonderful.
awesome. Well, we are so excited to see you all on the Billboard Music
We're so
Awards.
excited
Yes,
too.
Thank you
thank
so
you.
Oh my god.
How many
I'm
views?
cringing.
That's oh, wait. Oh, wait, stop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
God, I'm just internally just so cringing right now.
Let's see. How many views does that one have? You can find that on our YouTube channel, Miguel and Holly Sit Down with BTS. It has 395,000 views.
Insane.
It was 6 years ago. I think that's our highest viewed video
Probably.
on there. So,
Oh my god.
oh wow. And as I'm looking at the comments on here, and a lot of people like, as the Iron Man have great suit, we have great wings as Army. Army, thank you. So I guess that was a thing that we should have known.
The more you know.
Girl.
Maybe
Yeah.
they had just seen Iron Man. Like maybe they
Maybe.
had just gotten into the Marvel universe because
I've been meaning to go through on our YouTube channel, and Miguel and Holly wanted to group our interviews together. So somebody wanted to just go through some of the cringy ones. Those are always the fun ones. Those Billboard Music Awards, backstage, Radio Row. How do y'all like the Ask Us Anything? Something we can do from time to time. Shannon said, I like the Ask Us Anything segments. It's fun because you get our minds working on things that we normally don't think about on the podcast. So let us know if you like it. Kelvin, how can people find you on social media?
You can find me and follow me on Instagram at Kelvin Live.
Holly?
Radio Holly, TikTok and Instagram.
And mine is at Miguel Fuller. We will see you all on Friday. Bye.